Welcome back. Marriage portals are becoming bigger and bigger, and marriage portals with a difference are also making their mark felt. We have with us Ravi from idon'twantdowry.com, and we've got Mr. Wali from, you're the CEO of positivesaathi.com. So tell us a little bit about Positive Saathi, and obviously it's not your first job, it's your part-time job.
In fact, I am working in motor vehicles department of Maharashtra, that is RTO. I am district in charge in Ratnagiri district. So all of you may be thinking that what I am doing in this matrimony portals here. Yeah. before the officer, I am a common man. I was having a lot of friends, and one of my close friend, he got infected in 1991, and he died last year due to AIDS.
Okay.
So all the time, from last 16 years, I observed his life, how he is living, whatever difficulties he is facing. Then last year when he died, only 17 persons were present at his funeral. So, and meanwhile, from the last 6 years, he was telling me that he wants to marry. He wants any HIV positive girl to marry. I don't want to marry with any innocent girl. I don't want to spoil the life of an innocent girl. I want any HIV positive girl to marry.
So, yeah.
He went to civil hospitals, many working NGOs, from district to district he searched. But unfortunately, he was not able to find any girl. Anybody. Then I came to you. It must have been
difficult for him, like you're saying, you were with him through his, through his last years as well, and must have been difficult to be alone also at that point.
Yeah. So two things I noticed, that for a person who is living with HIV, he has the right to marry. He has the right to live like an ordinary man, common man. Okay. But the second thing, the database of such persons is not available anywhere.
So positivesaathi.com is essentially a search portal for people who are HIV positive and can look for partners within that site.
Yeah.
So how has the response been on positivesaathi.com?
Initially the response was very low, very poor, and the reason was because HIV positive person, at least in India, tries to hide his health status. Because he thinks that if somebody knows that I am positive, he fears that I may lose my friend, I may lose my relatives. And there is the Indian tradition, all these things keep a lot of restriction on his character and all these things. So the tradition and all these things, all these limitations makes him to hide his health status.
Hesitant from putting his name on the portal, absolutely.
And the same thing happened with the registration. Initially no one was coming to register, but after with the mouth-to-mouth publicity and publicity with the kind support of the media, many people are knowing now, and at least 200 people are registered in last 4 to 5 months on my site, and they are finding matches for marriages are on the way.
Alpita, your comment on it?
I think it's great because we're looking at, I think it's a moving story about this person who had to go through his life and never had the opportunity. And I think that just again highlights the unfortunate reality for people with some kind of, a limitation like that. I also think that, when we're looking at HIV, we also constantly read about the terrifying trends and the kind of numbers that are likely to be infected by this date and that date. So I think that unfortunately, I mean that's a harsh reality, that there is going to be a growing HIV positive population. Now what do you do with that population? You can't just say, well, leave them to die. They have a right to live a healthy life. There are newer treatments that are coming in which will allow them to have very healthy lives. So why exclude them from the possibility of having a good partnership in life?
So you don't want to be alone your entire life. A lot of people get married for companionship more than anything else.
And why should these people be excluded? And I think the first thing about issues like this is talking about it, doing the kind of stuff in terms of services that should be available to these segments of the population as it is to the general population. There's also breaks down the stigma, creates more awareness. So I think it's also, has a social responsible element to all of that in addition to just the specifics.
Well, maybe I'll come to Dr. Vigneshwar. You have to admit that this is a positive take on the marriage portal situation.
Okay, you should be encouraged, you should be appreciated at all. The kind of support system available for, especially for AIDS, is kind of almost absent in this country. Right? You should be appreciated. Maybe we can extend all our support for his work.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you're doing another Ravi, you have another unusual portal called I don't want dowry.com.